What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I come with book recommendations, specifically Black romance books. If you want to get into romance, I think this is the perfect way to start. These are the 5 books that I think you should start with. I might be wrong, but I don't think so. But anyway, let's get this show on the road. Okay, but first, before we start, I'm just gonna tell you how I felt about the books and then put up the description on the screen, because I think this would be a very long video if I had to describe each and every book. But here we go. First book, Fast by Millie Belizaire. I read this book in 2024 and it broke me. It broke me. It kind of brought closer what other people go through on a daily basis in terms of abuse and child molestation and all of that. But I think the ending is very beautiful, in a sense that it's not your fault. Even if you're made to feel like it's your fault, you also deserve love and to be loved and to be treasured and to be handled in a gentle manner. And because you went through that, it doesn't define you. And there are people in your life that would actually like move mountains to make sure that you're okay. And I think this book really portrays that perfectly. And then next one, we have Only for the Weak by Natasha Bishop. Those who know. Those who know. And it's crazy. How crazy is it that I actually don't remember the female main character, but I remember the male main character, Roman, because he is every woman's dream. I think this book really portrays standing up for yourself in the perfect way, right? You grow up in a home where one person's needs are put in the forefront more than anybody else's. If you have a sister or siblings or whatever and your needs are not met as much as your other siblings, and then you end up growing up into your own and learning to stand your ground and finding someone who makes sure that you know your worth. This book does that in a fun way also, where they are at a beach. It's not a holiday, I think it's her sister's wedding, who I hate, by the way. So selfish. Ugh. Are you gonna gag how they even got to that wedding? But anyway, it's a very, very beautiful story about learning to stand up for yourself, not only in workplaces or wherever, but with your family too, because those are the people that will test you the most, and finding love in places that you never thought you would, or with people you never thought you would fall in love with. So yeah, that's one of my favorite books ever. And then this book, if you know me, you know. Those who know me know that I talk about this book all the time. And the fact that it's being adapted into a TV show, I'm gonna yap about this forever, pretty much. About that show, about this book, forever. So this book, I think, was one of the first books I read, romance in particular, one of the first romance books that I ever read that made me like, in books, love does not have to be a fairy tale always, right? You can bring the real in books. It doesn't have to be unrealistic for it to be romantic, and I think Kennedy Ryan does that so well. She's very, I don't know how to put it, but she knows how to balance tragedy or sadness with love and gentleness and passion and all of those things. And so I think she's one of the best of our generation, honestly. You don't have to like all of her books, but I think this is one of the books that kind of define her career. I hope I'm not wrong. Um, those who know Kennedy Ryan mostly know her from this. So I think this was a pivotal moment in her career. But she did a big one, man. She did her big one where grief and coping mechanisms and ways of grief and how it it affects people in different ways. We might be experiencing the same thing. We might be experiencing losing someone, but we don't deal with it the same way. And in a relationship, that's more true than ever. And so this is a phenomenal book. I should stop yapping and let you go read it. It's fantastic. Then we have 7 Days in June. Tia Williams, baby, you will always be famous. I love this book. It was smart, it was funny, it was I don't want to say educational. Yeah, I guess you can say that. It touches on chronic illnesses that you would never really think of, and puts these two characters in a space that you would never think of. Read the book and you'll understand, and how they reconnect from being teenagers in these crazy situations to coming back as adults through their books, because they're both authors, is, I think, was phenomenally done. So yeah, 7 Days in June, Tia Williams, go read it. Last book, Honey and Spice. I think this was such a fun book. This was so funny. A lot of what do you call, cultural references, because I think the author at the time before or after this book was doing was it a thesis on Beyonce? I can't remember but she was doing some kind of study for her studies. And so you're gonna get a lot of Beyonce references in this book, but it's so well written, it's so funny. Love Malachi and Kiki. If you love college romance and banter, and this guy thinks he's better than me because he's so gorgeous, this girl thinks she's better than everybody, it's so funny, it's so fun. Haven't read the second book that came out after this. It's called Sweet Heat. Go get it. I'm hearing great reviews. But yeah, this is a great place to start. So yeah, those are my 5 recommendations of Black romance. Check them out, and if you guys have any other recommendations, put them in the comments down below and I will check them out, tell you if I read them or not, and see if I can get some of them in my cart. Until next time, thank you guys for watching. Goodbye.